Hey, Living Word, it's Pastor Dave.
And Pastor Greg.
It's Lenten season, which means on Wednesday night we'll be having services, and they are once again this year's Stories of Grace.
Yeah, every single week we'll be having a new person from our congregation share their story of how God has worked in their life. It might be a whole life story, it might just be a part of their story, or a moment where they went through something that God really showed up. And this has been the last few years now just a really encouraging night. It's fun to see how God works and how he shows up in people's lives. And it's also really fun on Wednesday nights to have an excuse to get together once again.
Yeah, it's always so encouraging just to hear the way that God is at work in people's lives. And what's so fun about it is it's usually somebody that maybe you sit by in church on a weekly basis and just don't know what they've been through or don't know what they've faced. And you can relate that to your own life and just see maybe where God is working in your life as well. Why don't you let us know who's going to be doing their Stories of Grace this year?
So there'll be 4 speakers, even though there's 5 weeks. So the first one's going to be Caitlin Benson. You're going to know her because she works in the office here. And so she does so much around the church, but you maybe don't know her that well or kind of what her story is. And so she's going to be kicking this off next Wednesday. That's March 12th. Then we have Christine Fensky. She and her husband work over at the Cottonwood at Lakeview School. And it's just be really great to get to know her story. I've just got a draft of it on my desk right now.
Nice.
And so I'm excited to read through that and see what that's more about too. We also have Lloyd White and Sarah Fecky. And so Sarah Fecky's a exchange student that's here right now and 16 years old. And so it's going to be fun. She's got a great story. And then Lloyd White, if you don't know who he is, he and his wife Kathy have joined the last year, and Lloyd's blind. And so I'm really excited to see what his story is about and how maybe that ties into the nights too. So.
And then the last night, we'll have a worship for the lost. We've talked about this for a number of months, but we'll just spend the last week in Lent on that Wednesday night. It'll probably be a little bit of a longer service. Won't be the half-hour normal Lenten service. And we'll just spend time praying for folks in our life that we know don't know the Lord, don't know Jesus, or people in the world that are lost or don't know who Jesus is. And so we'll spend some real intentional time praying over, worshiping, giving thanks, and just calling out to God for folks in our life and in the world that don't know Jesus. So we hope that you'll make it to one of those services or to all of those services, as well as the soup supper beforehand if you can come and take part in the meals.
Yeah, the first week we got baked potato bar, then we're going to have a soup supper the second week, then pulled pork sandwiches from FCA, barbecue sandwiches the next week from Hope Harbor, and then some breakfast food for that last week from True Light High School. So there's different ministries that put this on, so we can support them and get good meal and then come up and have a short half-hour worship service.
Yeah, well, we'll see you on Wednesday nights. Have a great day.
Thanks.